Prepayments.
Okay,
Startup
on
and
behalf
SMEs.
of the President, I shall call the meeting to order. You see? So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rotary Eclub of 3310. This is the first meeting of our Rotary year. Rotary Open Opportunities. Because you're here, you know you're going to learn a lot of things, and because you're going to learn a lot of things, you are going to have a lot of opportunities, business-wise, network-wise, and whatever wiseness that you can actually get. So without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, shall we propose a toast to our organization, Rotary International. You got your drinks already? Rotary International.
Rotary International.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. President. Would you like to do your opening remarks so that we can flow from there? President Ali.
Yeah, thank you, Charter President. And firstly, I'd like to welcome all our guests who have joined. Rtn Angela Chin from Singapore East. Who else do we have? I'm just looking at the list. Sorry. We have James Gomez. We also have Dorothy Lok from RC Singapore Heartlands. Priscilla from Kuching South. Joe Pua from RC Johor Bahru. And of course, our Rotaract Syed Mohammed, RAC CCK. And we have Yvonne Wong from KK Mandarin. So welcome all our guests. This is the first meeting, a virtual meeting for the new term. So I'm excited and certainly it's a challenging time, but you know, we'll make the best of it, right? What we have for the agenda today, we have a guest speaker, Rtn Angela Chin, and she'll be talking about riding the digital wave in accounting operations. So she's gonna just talk about some of the aspects of accounting and some of the accounting software application that she'll be introducing. That'll be helpful maybe for that'll be helpful for club treasurers and
entrepreneurs,
some of the entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs, right? So I won't say much. I'll let her introduce herself and then let her give a talk about the software. And then just we'll be discussing some of the club projects, what's coming up, what's in the pipeline for July and the future, right? So with that said, over to you, Angela.
Okay, let me introduce Angela, right? Introduce her properly. Angela Chin from the Rotary Club of Singapore East. She's an accountant with over 30 years of experience in the area of finance, accounting and finance, management accounting, all sort of stuff involving money, all right, as well as taxation. She worked for a few multinational companies, including Intel, Microsoft, Cisco System, Siemens, and General Electric. Angela has everything to contribute in many, many ways. She enjoys leading a community-driven life, and she believes that everybody can serve community in the best way that's possible. So ladies and gentlemen, Angeline is going to introduce us to a very interesting software. It's called Wave. And I think that after you have gone through this software, you can start becoming a good treasurer, a good accountant, and probably eventually later on become a financial controller after you get your paper qualification. So ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, Angela Chin.
Hey, Thank you, Charter President Bansing, for your introduction and kind introduction. Okay, thank you very much. And also thank you, Charter President, for having me honored to be sharing what I know about the free accounting software in the market. Actually, everyone can use it, whether you are a treasurer doing for a non-profit organization as well. So I need to be able to share my screen. So without further ado, because it's also quite a short time, okay, now I'm going to share my screen. So what you can see is this is the software what I call as Wave app. So it's called, okay, it's actually www.waveapp.com. So this is what the waveapp.com, you can actually copy down the URL link, and this is where you can actually create a free account, and it is totally free. All right. So how you can do, so this is your account. So when you click on your account, you will find that actually the system is very smart enough. Okay, they know that I have something here, actually has opened it up. You see, very smart, right? So if you were to try on it, actually you can create an account called sign up. So because the time is short, I do not want to go through the sign up, but if you have problems on signing up, just let me know. Just ping me. If you are the treasurer, I am actually in the chat group already. All right, actually I have created this called the Wave App Training Business. So if you have actually have some other business or sole proprietorship that you want to use, or you have that small business that you want to keep track, or you are trying to, you have a community like Toastmaster, you want to keep track of all the ins and out, actually you can use Wave App. So you just have to create a new business, okay? And with the same login, actually you can create a new business. So the first step, you can create multiple business using a single login. All right, single login. All right, so that's good. So I will try to explain to you what is the functionality that it has in Wave App, and it is totally free for all to use. So first of all, what you need to do is the setting. Once you have already, definitely you need to setting, or else how do you going to tell the system? The system will not know what do you want to do. So there is something called the setting. Are you all seeing my screen? Yes, right? Wave app, correct?
Yep, we can see.
Yep, okay, good. Because I cannot see my. So when I click into setting, okay, so you say, Angela, I have more users, so can I create more users? Definitely. Your president also can view the things, your treasurer, your secretary, or whoever you want to be a user, you can create them as a user. That is why when you click into setting, the first thing that it points to you is user. So you can set them as an admin, editor. This is a payroll manager, but we do not use the payroll manager. We do not need to do pay, or just view only. If you do not want anyone to go and touch, but they can view, you click them as a user, as viewer. That means they just view only. They cannot do any transactional related, okay? Cannot do anything. So first of all, we also need to do some customization. You can also do invoice customization. Let's say you need to build dues, okay? You need to build dues, all your dues, all your Rotary new term, you need to build your dues for the next 6 months. So this is where, so it's free. It's only 3 free template lah, okay? Cannot ask for more. Since it's free, I think it's good enough. All right. So you have to choose a file. That means we all have our Rotary Club name, right? You choose a file and you just insert into a file, and then you choose whether you want a contemporary style, classic style, or a modern style. Usually just choose the simple one, so that when, if anyone want to print out, to file, it's easy. But right now we are calling digital, meaning no need to print out and file. Where you can file in the cloud drive. So whatever you created here is actually filed inside the drive already. All right. So you can actually click display logo, and very smart of the system, they will, if your logo is of a certain color, it will also give you the color code as well over here. And you just have to save the changes. And then what are the invoice setting that you want? So by default, it has due 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, and 90 days. All right. So this is something when, so let's say if I were to choose a picture of Rotary Club, let's see whether I have something that I can, a picture of Singapore East. I have many logo. Maybe I choose this one for, I think, just for example wise. Okay, Zoom, whether it can put or not. Hey,
Choose.
yes. Or maybe this one. Let's see whether it works. Once you save all the changes, it will save for you. Let's say example. So by default, it will say, okay, display logo by default. Once you say save already, the logo will save. And then later on, we will do an example. Let's say you say due on 15 days. This is what I want to put. So my default title, I want to put invoicing. So I don't want, if you want to put any terms over here, test, please pay by please pay by 15 days, or when is the date due, you can put also, or you can even put your club bank account number, like bank account, bank name, bank account number, okay, something and so on and so forth. So same thing, you save. So this settings is able to give you quotation as well, because this is a system whereby it is not Asian language, so it actually gives estimate. So estimate actually equivalent to quotation. So let's say you say estimate, I give it to people, people may not understand because they don't know what is called estimate. So you can change the name. So I say, okay, I change it to quotation. You can change the quotation. So you even can change your quotation as well. So once you change it already, you have made any changes, you make a save changes. It will change. And then the next part, invoice custom setting. So invoice custom setting, meaning later on you can create either products or services that you're selling, and the quantity and the price per price, unit price. What I mean is unit price and amount. Okay, if you have any item that you want to hide, you can also hide as well. But for this moment, I do not want to hide, so that I want to show everyone how this whole system is look like. So I did not make any changes. That is why you see that it failed, or it doesn't allow me to click save changes. All right. So that's me. I'm all good on my invoice customization already. So payments. So what does the payments give you? So, okay, it allows you to, if you want to accept any credit card, but we do not want to link to anything that is related to credit card. Since it is free, usually we do not want to use under any credit card payments. So customer statement meaning you can also send, if they haven't paid, you can send them a customer statement. All right. As at end of the month already, this your client have yet to pay, you can actually send them the customer statement. So this is, you can go by outstanding invoices or account activity. All right, later I show you. So this is, am I going too fast? Good. Is it too fast? It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the dates and the currency. Okay, the dates and the currency. So we can also choose the date and the currency. So because I log in, by default, the system knows that I am based in Singapore because of the IP address. So by default, it goes into this as well. So our fiscal year end for Rotary year actually end at June, right? Change to June, then change to 30th. So every time when you run your report, it's actually one calendar year, all right? Not calendar year, the physical year, all right, the physical year. So this is all the setting I have actually do a user invoice customization, and this is purchases, receipts meaning when they make payment already, you even also can send the what we call the official receipt. You imagine when you make payment, then after that you have to write down those official receipt, like last time you still so that is what we call the official receipts lah. All right, so I think there is no taxes over here. Let's say if your business is a GST registered, so this free accounting software will not work because it is not tagged to our Singapore's tax system. All right. So, but if yours is not a GST registered, by all means use, because it's free. All right. It is actually enough to keep track of all your business transactional item already. Okay, now we are done. So when you are done, you say, oh, now I can create invoices already. Not yet. Okay, so we need to go into now accounting terms already, chart of account. So in accounting term, the chart accounts means what is their assets, liabilities, income, expenses, and the equity. So if we are doing a non-profit, we do not have any equity. Let's say if you do have, you actually work in the equity side is over here. That means what is your paid up capital and what is your retained earning. So when you have a retained earning, meaning actually you have a brought forward kind of retained earning. So you can also add a brought forward kind of what we say the brought forward retained earning, meaning this is not your first year. This is actually your continual year, maybe your end years already. So this is where you actually can say that, okay, my account type is called retained profit, okay, but I want to name it as this one is called balance brought forward, okay, reserve, all right, reserve. Then if you want to type some certain description, you can also say this is brought forward from which year or something like that. Let's say the last Rotary year is 30th June 2020. All right, so you can say this is ending balance, ending balance from as at 30th June 2020. So it's just a description. So people, when they run the report, they see this description, they will know, this is the end, this brought forward reserve actually is for ending balance as at 30th June 2020. Now, if I were to run report, I see this is, when I see it's 1st July, all right? So you say, so that you can actually brought forward whatever you have. So there are other items whereby you may have some assets. So what are the assets in a club or a non-profit or even your businesses? Definitely either you have a cash on hand or you have a bank account balance. So right now you see actually the system actually give you a cash on hand. So what is a good, you just create, add a new account. Okay, now if your bank account is OCBC Bank, a good practice for me, I always use is, okay, DBS, if yours is DBS Bank, you put DBS Bank, okay, and then your DBS Bank account number. So I put account number. That means the account number that is in your business account or your club account. So it's very easy. So next thing you may want to ask me, Angela, what is this account ID? Yeah? Okay, for non-accounting person, you may feel that a bit don't know how to make it numerical so that when you run report, you actually can see it very nicely. But for this wave, I realized that even you have an account ID, when you run report, it cannot see. But on the screen, actually, you can see. All right. So later, I will teach you what is this account ID about. All right. So this is a good practice that I always would like to do, a DBS Bank, then account number, because maybe the clerk got many DBS Bank, then for different purposes, so you will know that this is for which purposes. You can even put a bracket the purpose of it, right? Because some clerk may have a lot of bank accounts, so at least you know when I look at it, or the next treasurer who took over also understand as well, and you can match the bank reconciliation as well. All right, that's mean tally against the bank statement that you receive. All right, save. Okay, so then you will see that this is your bank account number already. All right, so the next thing you will say, you have some payment from other party. Okay, accounts receivable, that's mean if it's from your client, or you have other receivable from somewhere else, maybe a donation, you can also create a new account over here. But if you do keep inventory, this is actually where you can also add some inventory account. So this is what we call the property, plant and equipment. That means your club actually holds some assets. You hold assets of furniture, computer or laptop that you want to capitalize it as well. You can also capitalize it. So you can add account, my computer and laptop, if your club have. physical meeting, if your clerk actually buy something, so you can say computer and laptop. So depreciation, definitely you have a fixed asset you need to depreciate. So you can say that this is called accumulative depreciation dash, then maybe computer, laptop. Then you can pass entry already. Okay, so vendor prepayments or vendor credits. There are times maybe you do a prepayments to your vendors. All right, so you can also add an account. But if you do not have at this moment, then don't create. So you don't look, the accounts don't look, it looks very neat lah. Okay, if you have some long-term asset.
Repayment is including deposit you put to a ballroom or something like that. Is it right? Let's say you have a function, right? Then you have to put a deposit. Would you put it under there?
Okay, this deposit, that means you pay a deposit to the vendor, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Then you can say deposit to your vendor. Yes, you can call the deposit pay.
Like hotel, sometimes hotel
Yes.
will probably ask you for deposit lah.
Yeah, correct. Then when you have the full bill, then you just knock it off. All right, I will teach you how to, yes, you can actually keep track. So you know how much deposit you have paid. You're right, Pan Sing. Yes, this is very easy so that you won't lose track. You will not lose track, man. You will not lose track. Yes. So this is what I call all the assets that is over here. So in the chart account, actually it helps you to categorize already assets, liabilities. So liability is we don't have any credit card. Your club don't hold any credit card. No need to create lah, provided you have lah. Then this is what we call expected payments to vendor. This is what later I teach you how to do this. That means it will actually go into accounts payable. Let's say you have other payable. Other payable not related to vendor. Maybe you need to pay to other Rotary Club, but they are not your vendor, ma. So you can say pay to other Rotary Club, something like that. They pay on behalf of you first, but later on, then you need to pay back lah, something like that. All right, you can also create something for you to remember that, hey, I still owe this Rotary Club lah. Some money, something like that. So amount owed to, you can put that amount owed on amount due to other Rotary Club as well lah. Okay, examples for you to see. Okay, like that. Yeah, so you can create a different chart account so that then you charge to that chart account. We don't have payroll. If you have this is like your, let's say you due to you due to you meaning actually you pay first lah. You pay first. You pay out from your own pocket. Sometimes we pay out from our own pocket first. Like say you are the president and say you want to do a event and you need to pay out from your own pocket. And then we later on will actually pay back to the person who actually pays. So we can actually record everything over here. Then after that, we know that how much actually we owe this person who actually pay out from his own pocket already. So there is something that tracking. Okay, a tracking of all the that's mean we are trying to pick up all the expenses, but it has not come up from the club or the business bank account yet. All right. So some short-term or long-term liability lah. So this I think for a club, but for businesses it will have lah. All right. So then it comes to income. So income, there are a few that actually they created. Direct public support, business contribution, direct public support, give in kind. When I set up this, I choose this as a non-profit organization. So when I choose it as a non-profit organization, you actually can see it already give you by default a few child account for you already. So if you do a fundraising, there is cash donation from corporation, cash donation in kind from some other, instead of money, cash donation of goods. Okay, you can also record then cash donation received from individual, indirect. So there are also miscellaneous revenue. See, there's this called the program income membership due. So it will actually automatically, when you raise an invoice, actually it will actually post it to here called membership due. Or if you are you have something called the program service fee and so on. And sales is if the club actually do some fundraising from some sales, you can actually do it as well. Let's say if you say you want to change the name, so there's a pencil over here.
10:30, 10:30 must wake up.
So you edit this account. When you see anything that's Spencer, that's mean can edit. So when you click on it, you see it allows you It allows you to change the name as well. You say, I don't like it to be called sales. I want it to be called it as revenue. It look more atas. So you can call it you can rename. So you can rename. It doesn't mean that you cannot rename. You can rename. As long as you see there is a pencil, meaning you can rename. And of course, if you have other, besides all these lists of income, you have other you still can add. And there's also a discount. Discount meaning you give discount to someone who do not need to pay or something like that. All right. And other income is like other income is like your bank interest or your club got fixed deposit interest here so you can put here fixed deposit interest. If those clubs have a lot of money, then they want to earn some income, some small little income. That's all. So you actually created something. So expenses, that means you pay out to your vendor. So they also has list out a few of the usually the usual office supply, postage, contract services, or you have you pay any accounting fee, printing and reproduction, or you have any rent or expenses or something like that. Then if there is something that is here that is not here, I say, hey, why is not here? Oh, never mind. You say, oh, I paid for some hotel F&B. Like we usually when we have or food or meeting or something, some events so you can actually create something it is related to events. You can also put it like that: events, hotel, F&B, or usual meeting, hotel, F&B. So you can list to segregate the different expenses. So when you want to look at or analyze it, you have the granularity at least a granularity, not just everything chart to hotel F&B, but you segregate. You know that you run an event that go to the hotel one, or you run some event that needs to you want to segregate like club one and events one different. This is how I do. Tips for everyone. This is how I do. Yep. So if there are telephone or something, of course, when you do a sales, there is definitely a cost of goods sold. But if you are running a club, there isn't any cost of goods sold. But if there is, that's when you put your cost of goods sold. So a good practice is I will always put this as like you maybe you are selling something. Now maybe you want to do fundraising. Let's say, for example, you need to buy something. So this something might be, maybe you buy a biscuit you buy a biscuit, then later you sell, you want to resell to raise some funds So you can put cost of sale, like biscuit, you can say biscuit or something like that okay. So when you run a report, actually you know already, you will know what kind of expenses you have spent for it. So when you resell, it's under the revenue, the revenue income. So there is a matching So you know that how much actually you buy something and then you resell to increase your to do fundraising. You have the matching already. All right. Same thing. If you have a project that is related one, you also can put it as in front as project cost. You can also put it as a project cost. Project COS, and then you can also put it as what project, or you can say this project name XXX. You know what I mean? XXX COS. So you categorize it in a proper way. When you run a report, actually you see it very nicely and nicely done already. So this is what I call the alternative way of using this if there isn't any because it's free. So this is how I say just alternative. So if I do it properly, I still can see my project cost within each project that you are doing. All right. Okay. So payment processing fee. So this kind of payment processing fee are like when you pay something where there is some processing fee lah. Let's say you pay PayPal, then there's this small payment processing fee, and then you create lah PayPal commission lah. Because PayPal charge a fee ma, PayPal fee lah or what fee lah, okay? Something like that, okay? This is what I say, okay. So this one I don't think, but for those for businesses that you want to use, keep track all your payroll related expenses, this can be used as well. They also had actually, by default, there's a future account that you can use already. So loan, this one is a loss on foreign exchange. Okay, but this we are using free, only Sing dollar are allowed. We are not using any multi-currency. So it doesn't, it is not allowed over here lah. So no transaction on this account because it is just Sing dollar only. Okay, so once I actually set up my chart account already, now I can actually set up my products and services already. So my products and services, first, I add my product and services. Okay, then I can say my membership due. Membership due. Okay, membership due. And then you can by default set a price here so that you no need to keep keying the price. Okay, when you raise an invoice, let's say you put I put a simple thing, I say $100. Okay, then you say yes, I sell this. All right, so it will ask you, so you sell this, where should I go to? My program income membership due. So I set it. So when you raise an invoice, by default, the system will do the double entry for you already. All right, it will do the double entry and you save it. That's your membership due already. All right. So now let's raise invoice already. We can raise invoice already. So we go to invoice, click on the invoice, and then ta-da! Now you say easy. So we say, I want to create an invoice. All right, I create an invoice. So you never create a customer, never mind. Okay, never mind. Just do like that. Then you say Angela Chin. Okay, then you can even put the email address. Okay, you just put the email address. Okay, and then you save it. Then it will automatically actually email. So this invoice number can be changed. So it doesn't mean that, let's say you are under Rotary Eclub. So you put E or you put Eclub. Then you put whatever number you want to start. You say 8. Okay, you say start with 88. Okay, then start with 000. Then the next one that it will go to 88001. And you can choose your invoice date. All right, let's say you choose it at first and then 15 days, because just now I set as due date 15 days. You remember? So now I can add in the item. This is what just now I have created. I created the membership due, and you can actually say this is from which period to which period. So you may say it's 6 months. Maybe it's from 1st July 2020 to 31st December 2020. So remember just now, actually I set this as membership 100. So you see, it actually could come out. I don't need to type. If you didn't do it, you will realize that you need to type in the amount. All right. So when you view the income account, you see it actually directly posted already. So very fast. Then after that, you can save and continue, or you can also do save and send as well. All right. So when you create this system give you a draft. Okay, a draft only. You see the status is draft. The status is draft. So someone can go in. Okay, maybe the secretary is the one, or the treasurer is the one who draft it. Then the president must go in and check. Okay, president also got access. So he check already. Then he say, okay, treasurer, good enough. You can actually approve it, or you have staff that actually create, and then you need to go in and validate that he do it correctly. And you just do a approve. Okay, once it's approved already, okay, you can send an invoice. Okay, you can send an invoice. to this person, then actually you can put some message, and you can attach the invoice as a PDF, and you can also send a copy to yourself, something like that. So once you click send, you will actually receive it. So you can go in and play with it. All right. So if you were to ask me, Angela, so does this Wave app has an app? Okay, it doesn't have an app at all, but it is through your browser. So even that means you log in through your tablet with the browser, and then you just log in, and then that's where you see just now I put a logo. So this is my company logo, Zoom, and then that's where it comes out very nicely. So do you remember just now I put the notes on my bank name, my bank account number? It will appear here. It will appear here. All right, it will appear here. Then you say, okay, now this member already made payment. So how do I record this payment? Simple. All right, simple.
I have a question, Angela.
Yes.
Angela, I have a question.
Yes.
Usually, okay, we will actually send the invoice for membership dues and the installation in one particular invoice. I want to add another item into the same invoice. How do I go about doing it?
Can. What is the item that actually there? Over here, products and services. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the products and services? What is the item called? What's the name?
Installation fees.
Installation fee. Okay, so you sell this. Okay, let's say. Okay, so let's say installation fee, there is can I say that is program service fee for this moment?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, for this moment, so I say. So you say, yeah, I forgot to build that item inside. How? No worry. Okay, go in this invoice, then I go and find that just now I build this person. Right? Hey, I forgot to build. Never mind. I click. All right, I click, and then I edit. I add another item called installation fee. And then because just now I didn't set the price, now I can say the installation fee is how much. Let's say I put $50, something like that. All right. So you can see that actually it will also go to call what the program service fee. So it's actually in total 150. So you can actually save and continue, or save or resend this new invoice to that particular person. So the particular person will receive the revised invoice with the same number. It doesn't change. See, never change, Never change. Never change, Never change. Yeah. So you can save and resend. Let's say I save and resend, what will happen? So then it will still come up this thing. I say attach, and then you can actually send a copy to yourself as well. All right. So this is how we complete the whole transaction. Okay. So I want to show you to say that actually the number run. Okay. I create another invoice. Okay. Then change already lah. So it is in a running number. All right. This is a running number. So now I say, okay, now you know that, okay, now how to record payment. It's very easy. If overseas, it say record payment. So I record, okay, to my bank payment. So it's a bank payment. My bank account just now I created, call my DBS bank account number, this one. And then you want to put something, you also can put. So you submit. That's where you, over here, you say send a receipt to the particular person. Okay, to the client. So you send a receipt. He will receive this receipt. Thank you for your payment, blah, 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 blah. Then thanks from just because my company name is called Wave Ad Training Business. If you just, when you set out your the name, you change it to your club name or your business name, it will be this. And you also can send a copy to your business as well. All right. So that person will actually receive this email, a receipt already. Okay, that is what I call as the invoicing, and also the record of the payment of the invoicing. Then you'll say, hey, the next 6 months is still the same thing. Can I also do a recurring? Create a recurring invoice. Okay, so when you do say create a recurring invoice, so the invoice will be auto-generated lah. Okay, so if you create a recurring invoice, you say, I say this person, okay, you can choose and choose lah for the. Or you also can do a copy. It's the same thing. Save and continue. Let's say you set a date for the recurring invoice to happen the next 6 months. It will help you to do. So I want to show you this. So you can set, repeat this invoice on a monthly, or repeat this invoice on a half yearly, or you can actually custom as well. You can custom at which month, which month, or week, or year, or and then at which day. Can also, we can do. So in a way whereby it allows you to do recurring invoice as well. All right. Then you will ask me if they didn't pay, can I send reminder or not? Yes, you can also send reminder for them to pay invoices, for them to pay. All right. Now I need to go to how to record payment vendor. I need to record payment vendor already. Okay. So vendor is also the same. Vendor, just now, remember, just now I create purchase products and services, right? You have sell this and buy this as well, all right? Usually, not to confuse, provided you have inventory you want to keep track lah. If not, we can actually directly over here, we record the vendor invoice. That means, let's say we receive a vendor invoice, if let's say there isn't vendor invoice, never mind, we can add a new vendor invoice. So maybe I can say it's from a hotel name or hotel, say Holiday Inn. Okay, so I create. And then if you want to add additional information, you can. Okay, what is their bank account number? You can as well. So you can add this vendor. And then let's say this invoice is, let's say it's today, and the vendor invoice is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you can actually select the expenses already. Select the expenses. Then event, hotel, F&B, and you can actually put some text onto it. Okay. Put some text onto it, and then you see what are the billing that they bill, or maybe they bill F&B as nearly 1,000. That's where you record all your expenses. So if there are multiple lines that the vendor bill, maybe there is some charges on other than the F&B, food and beverages related, there may be other service charge or something like that you want to keep track as well, you can as well. So you add a line. Okay, if there isn't any service charge over here, you can actually create the expenses line. That means you create something something to record, or you ask the hotel charge you some printing and or reproduction fee. You can also charge it here, and then you can put some text over it. What did they print, and what is the printing that they print? So this is in one bill is called 1,250, make up of some the F&B related item or some other charges that the hotel will bill. Okay, a typical hotel will bill lah. So you can just save. So you just save already. All right. So once you save already, okay, then it will actually, you will find when you click onto the bill, you will actually see that this is actually still outstanding unpaid. So if you have actually paid to your vendor, you can actually come here and pay as well. All right. And later you may say, okay, so this is the receipt that that actually you can scan, okay, and upload your first receipt. That means if you buy anything, you want to scan your receipt and then put it inside the file, it allows you as well. So that's means you have upload all your invoices and upload it inside and store it inside over at this system, and everybody can view it. Okay, so then now I go into account, you will see the transaction, what are the different types that I have actually created. So this is just now I created one invoice payment, so it actually shows here. All right, so it actually will show here already. And if I were to run a report, okay, if I were to run a report, a balance sheet or P&L, okay, let's say I run a P&L. Okay, so just now I have an income of this and I had actually a payment of 1,250. So I have a net loss. So it also gives you a snapshot, a summary and a detail. This is the details that you can see. So this is a two item that actually I created in one of the vendor invoice, and this is also one of the members due invoices that I have actually created. So because I start my fiscal year from my ending is from 30th of June, so by default they will also know how to pick up my first date. It's from this till now. It's from here from 1st July to 9th of July. Then you may be, so there is also export function over here that you can export it out into a CSV. It will go into Excel and or a PDF format. So it will be a report form. So this is what we call the P&L. So we also have the balance sheet. So balance sheet are all the accumulative thing lah. Okay, later I will tell you how to record all the balance sheet, balance brought forward. So this is what is happening over this first as of now. Okay, as of now. So this is the balance sheet lah. This is the balance sheet. All right. Okay. So now I need to teach you how to record. How to record things that are that is your brought forward balance. Okay, your brought forward balance, that is, so you can, I must show you this dashboard. So this dashboard actually show you at a glance what is your accounts look like. Okay, so they will show you how's your cash flow, and then what's your profit and loss, and then who is coming due, who is paying due, who's owing you, and they even give you a snapshot of the type of expenses you have, something like that. So if you have created a lot of expenses already, that's where you actually will see it. All right, up to today, up till now, any question? Any question? No, okay. So there is a reconciliation that is new over here lah. Something which is, I think they just put it in. So the reconciliation is something to reconcile against your bank statement and the and what is you have captured over here. So if you say get started, start reconciling, they will ask you what is the ending balance. That's mean when every month, right, you receive bank statement, right? So your bank statement, then you say, okay, ending balance, my bank statement show this. Then enter the ending balance it appears on the bank statement. So you can actually start reconciling. So I say my ending balance for my bank, I say is, so you can actually start reconciling already. Then if in your bank statement you see this 150, then you say mark a check and say match. Then it will help you. So it will help you to also do the bank reconciliation over here. So when you run a report, you actually will know that it reconciled. Then people know that it reconciled. Why sometimes it's not reconciled? Because you may issue check at the end of the month, but the vendor actually deposit in the month of August. So that's where there's some discrepancy. So that one we call it as a bank reconciliation. All right. So you may actually, your member pay you, okay, your member pay you a check, but you deposit the check in the month of August, so it will not actually reflect over here. So in accounting, we call it as accrual basis. Okay, accrual basis. We need to capture whatever spent and for that month in the accounts. So that is why what we call that is a bank reconciliation over here. You even also can reconcile your cash balance also. So you do not need to have extra things to see whether can reconcile or not. So this is what we call the new reconciliation over here. They actually provided, initially they do not have, but actually they provide already, right? So this is how you can do your reconciliation, right? Okay, so now you will be asking us, so actually I have my brought forward balance. So how do I record brought forward balance? Brought forward balance are all journal transaction. Okay, so that is what we call as a add journal transaction. How do I come here? I go to transaction, and then when I go to transaction, I add journal transaction. So that here is how you actually do your brought forward balance, because you can brought forward balance your bank, and then you have some other asset or some accruals or some prepayments or something like that. Here is where you record all your journal entry, and then after that you need to remember, just now I say there's this account I say is brought forward what is my brought forward reserve, my equity search lah. My brought forward, my balance brought forward reserve. Okay, let's say my balance brought forward reserve, you got nothing lah. Your bank brought forward balance, and that's the brought forward equity. That's why maybe your brought forward reserve amount is say maybe 15,000 lah. Okay, then your bank account is 15,000 no. Your bank lah, you have in your bank you have also 15,000 no. So that's why you see there's a debit and a credit over here. All right. There. So it ties lah. So you just save. So now I run a report. You will see the brought forward balance come out already. Ta-da! So now I run a balance sheet. Ta-da! Okay. If I were to show a detail, okay, this is my brought forward reserve. So that's why I say you call the brought forward reserve, and then people will know. So once you actually use this system already, your brought forward balance reserve only one time only, because this system will know how to roll. Okay, there will be called the retained earning total over here, and this is what we call the current year profit. You know what I mean? Current year profit. Okay, this is what we call the current year profit plus the brought forward reserve equal to the total retained earning reserve that you have. Okay, this is where you record the journal transaction. But if you confuse, never mind. If you really start, if you create and then you start, ping Angela lah. I can come and rescue. This is what I call as sharing. What I know over the years, and actually I also have helped a few business owners, startup as well, and small business owners. So I think Edmund Chiu actually is very supportive. He knows about some free accounting software from someone else, so he reached out to me and also have recommended some business of his freight forwarding. So he actually have also used this as well. So there's also one Rotarian also use this for his business and so, and I help him and teach him how to use. So they are now they are now able to generate invoices out. So this is what I'm very thankful that there are people actually give this kind of free software for all the small startup. For all the small startup, or even we are running our own club, okay, different or different Toastmaster club or whatever club you are in or some community you have. This is the way you can actually manage your day-to-day transaction, what I call as the digital wave. That's why I call it a digital wave. It's really a digital wave because we don't have the budget to pay for expensive, but this is enough already. It is enough. It is enough to cover you. So I think I cover more than 30 minutes already. Yeah.
So Angela, is this totally free? I mean, full functionality?
Yes. If you want, it's free. Whatever I show you all is free. So that's why you see, I can do all the things already. It's not paid. Of course, you don't do integration. You don't do, I do not know whether do integration, they charge or not. But we hardly do. We don't want to, so it's just for minimal, I don't confuse some small startup company or some small business owner. Thank you, Chartered President, for giving honor to share this. Any questions? I think I overrun. I think there are some guests as well over here. Yeah.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yeah, Bang. Yes, Bang.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Angela.
Bang is a
Hi,
small
everybody.
business. Yeah, meet the Rotary Club people here.
Hey, hi, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Angela, if you, let's say, start using this wave accounting software, and you doesn't start, let's say your financial year is 1st January to 31st December. Let's say we start in the middle of year like June, and how to, it will record half a year, then it will roll over to the next year. How do we start? Let's say it's not exactly the first of the financial year, but midway. So how do we start?
Midway, right? Midway you
Yeah.
start. All right. So you definitely at the end of your, let's say you want to start your what is your financial year end? You tell me first.
31st December.
So 31st December. So you say you want to start now lah. So your first to
Let's say
June, how
that's in June.
let's say your January to June, how are you recording? So you definitely have your first half of your accounts, right? Your balance sheet. So that's why I say you can actually, so once you have your first half 6 months, okay, then that's what we call as the balance brought forward. So that's where I say when we say balance brought forward reserve, it's good, okay, good practice. It's good to put down this brought forward balances is from when? Because halfway through, you actually want to digitalize your accounting operation. So you still can use, you still can use.
Okay.
So the setting, the setting still is from January, it's still from your January to this 31st December, because or ever transaction you for your first 6 months you brought it forward as a reserve law. So you definitely have the balancing number. Or else you start from January lah, key everything here lah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, key everything here. Yeah,
Okay.
key everything here lah. So you have a good start. Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep. Yes.
Hi Angela. Yeah. Hi, I'm Syed Mohammed, Rotary from Choa Chu Kang. Yeah, just like I have a question, but I think it's mainly not about the Rotary Club and stuff. But maybe it's for a short business. So if I have I'm using my okay, like let's say if I'm using my club fund to actually purchase a laptop or computer for the usage of club. So do I have to double entry like once I buy from the using my club fund? So I'll enter into my club fund, say I've paid using my club fund to buy a laptop. So do I have to double entry to place an asset to also saying that I've bought the laptop?
Let's say
like
you buy a
physical
laptop.
asset?
You buy a laptop using your funds. Okay,
Yes.
you buy a laptop using the club funds. So you pay this vendor called Challenger.
Yeah.
Okay, you use it. Okay, create a bill. Okay, then you say okay, Challenger. Then you add a new vendor. Okay, then add a vendor. Then you the vendors definitely have a
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
invoice. Then you say just now I create right computer and laptop, right? Where's my asset? Then computer and laptop. Then you key in whatever on the invoice you want to. What is the serial number of the laptop? You know what I mean? So this description is very good because when you run your reports, the next person who take over also know, oh, this laptop is what serial number, and then it comes with what, and then what does it come with a mouse, or you buy extra external keyboard or something like that, or a mouse pad or something like that, or a laptop bag or carrier bag. So you can actually list all inside all this description. Carrier bag, does it come with carrier bag? Does it come with mouse or something? So you key all in so people will know. So you say if the laptop costs 900, then you put 900 lah. Then you save. Now I run a report. You will see that this computer laptop is in already when I run a balance sheet. All right, I run a balance sheet. Ta-da! I must show detail.
Okay.
Angela, the question being asked, and I think this is the question. You don't want the computer to be showing as an asset. That means it's an expense item. One event, you write off that. Then what? How do you do that? That means the computer is an event item. After the event, you can take the computer. We don't care because it's already expended already. so it will not appear in the balance sheet. So how do you do that?
Okay, the laptops still belong to the club or don't still belong to the club?
Well, you already treat it as whoever wants take it away.
Oh, whoever wants take it away.
Yeah. You
Whoever
see,
wants
sometimes
to take. Okay,
you
can.
that's why sometimes you do project is done like that way. You see, so
Okay.
there's a question being asked. If you just want to expand the item, after you have done everything, whatever is left, you just take it away.
Can.
I don't want
So,
to see it anymore.
Yeah, so I can pass a depreciation, okay, to pass the full value of depreciation. So this asset actually fully depreciate. Then after that, I have another transaction to make it up that actually is fully disposed of. So it's fully disposed of at zero value. So at that financial year, you add a journal transaction, you pass a depreciation. So this is what I call as passing depreciation, okay, for the month, if you have an asset. Okay, depreciation on computer and laptop.
Angela, I have a question. Can this be also treated as operating expenses?
Can,
so
of course, definitely.
you don't take it as,
yes.
Yeah, so the entry will then be under operating expenses instead of assets.
But that's not because he said if it is for project related, then after that you are not going to take back, some other people take back. Okay, the take back, that's mean is like you actually donated it back out lah. You know what I mean? Yes, definitely. So that's mean under the child account, you can actually create a child account called, okay, project expenses for laptop. So you purchase it as a expenses, okay, then you can say that it's project or event expenses, computer, laptop. Yes.
Yeah. Because then it's very clear it becomes part of expenses for that project and you don't have to go to depreciation and all that.
Can. You can treat it as your project expenses, but yeah, yes, definitely. But you can also, if this is something that your club has been using, okay, not related to project, then you can actually create. Yes.
It's something for long term, you put it under assets.
Yes, correct. Yes, can. You just create the chart account. So it's called project and event. So that's why I say over here. Yes, you can. There. Yeah. Then you can. That's mean the project event. You can also put what is the project event name lah. You know what I mean? So that you can know that this computer and laptop is related to which project and event.
Yes.
Something like that. Yes, can.
Right. Thank you so much.
No worry. Yes, can. Any more question?
Angela, King Hua here.
Hey, King Hua.
Hey, thanks for sharing. I've actually been using Wave for about 3 years now for my business.
Well done.
Yeah.
See, there are expertise here, leh.
Yes. Not expert. I actually learned something new today. So thanks for that. I learned something
Is
new.
it?
Yeah, I learned something new. Yeah. Some of the entry I actually haven't done it really right. So thanks for that. I just want to share one thing. Actually, Wave app has a mobile app. It's called Receipts. So you can actually use that to scan those receipts, and it has a OCR. You can auto convert into.
Correct. This one.
Yeah.
Only the receipt, correct, but cannot do invoicing.
Can't do invoicing. It's
cannot do
useful for claims like let's say for a club, you pay the caterer and all that, right? The receipt can use the phone to scan.
Yeah, you can use the phone to scan and then capture it already. Yeah, right, Keng Hua. Yes, good. Is there any other functionality that this is something that is useful lah? So they also can send reminder lah that your club member all never pay you can send reminder lah. Auto they will send to their mailbox yeah, you just click that one, send reminder. They will just send. Yeah. So you no need to keep track. You even can say when you want to send the reminder. So you no need to keep remember. The system will help you to send. Yeah, so I think there are many small business owners actually love this, especially when they do they do consultancy like Keng Hua. Yeah, Keng Hua. Yeah, I think you share some good knowledge that I pick up as well during one of the fellowship, one of the event. Correct?
Yeah.
Then I realized that you are my ex-colleague leh.
Oh, is it?
Nokia.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's why your name and yeah. Okay. Small
Yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah.
Pang will join us today also. My how should I call co-working mate.
Really? So
Small world. Yeah.
coincident? Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yes.
Really? 见到老朋
We
友了。
were using the co-working space together.
Oh, so coincident.
Yes.
Didn't know.
Surprised to see King Hua here.
He's a
Pang,
Rotarian.
is Pang not yet member, right? Can recruit.
not at the moment.
Target.
Always welcome.
Yeah.
Target. Okay.
Angela, you say that this is free. So how do Wave make their money then? That's my question I want to ask.
I also do not know. So that's why I want to ask. Don't ask me how they make money.
I did check them out before. They actually have a payment gateway. So if you want to use them for to help you the credit card and all that, they actually earn commission
integration.
from
Then accept credit card this type lah. Yeah.
And they also have a outsource payroll service. That one is paid for as well. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. This one is But this payroll.
But in essence also they actually honestly they hold a lot of data, just like Facebook. They hold a lot of data about SME business. So they actually can produce report and useful.
Yeah. So right now it's like holding data. I mean, if you know how you hold data, you monetize your data. That's where the data is king to them, lah. So they don't. So that's why I say certain things that are very confidential. We not want to talk so much detail, lah. Minimum, lah. But it helps some small business buy sell. It's very good, lah.
I like that one. But my pet is
any more questions? Or else your meeting cannot continue.
We will ask you more questions soon.
Okay, sure. My pleasure to share as well. Of course, to share to fellow Rotarians. This is the way where we help each other. So this is something whereby we know what we know. We do not know what we do not know, lah. Yeah. All right. So it's something.
Yeah, Angela.
Yep.
Hi,
yes?
Angela.
Okay,
Hey.
thank you, Angela. Before you all go, I think we have another item, which is basically what's happening in the month of July. So, Eddie, would you like to take over? And after that, we can ask Tung Kok Wing to share with us what's he going to do in the month of July. Eddie? President Eddie.
First, thank you very much, Angela. I think that was very insightful. I myself, not being a financial person, I learned quite a bit here. And I think that that app has a lot of functionality within it. And I think certainly, as we can see, our treasurer, Cindy, was very keenly looking at that software and asking a lot of questions. So certainly, I think so that's fantastic, right? So I just wanted to talk very quickly about the projects that are underway for the month of July and also upcoming in future. So the first one is, of course, the District 3310 COVID-19 Disaster Relief Fundraiser Virtual Concert. So as some of you would have known, we have one of our youngest member, Gabriel Guo, who joined us at the start of this term, and she's actually leading this concert, right? She's actually a violinist, so she's very active in the music circle within the school, and she's leading along with some other musicians. She's leading this virtual concert, right? And so the goal, so we are helping to raise some funds for this project. The total, switch to the pointer. So the total goal here was to raise 50K for the in terms of fund. And as a club, our goal was to raise 1,000, and we've already achieved that, right? So thanks to all the members and all the contributors who have contributed to that fund. And the remaining item, of course, is since this is a virtual concert, we have to actively just push this through social media and try to get as many live stream views as possible. Right? So we already have a flyer, which is already most of you would have seen. So please continue to push it through your channels, through WhatsApp, through Facebook, through Instagram, whatever channel, right? So we can get as many views as possible. The second one is the Nurses Day, which is on the 1st of August. So this is in conjunction, this is organized by RC Queenstown, PP Agnes, and over the past, well, it was last week, and that a couple of us from RC Eclub went to record that 1 minute video, right? So, and the goal here is to raise 300, and again, we have already achieved that. And I think this is an excellent project, especially at these COVID period, just to show our appreciation to all the nurses and the frontline workers. So those of you who can be present during that day, please try to make some time. The third project I just want to bring to your notice. So our past president, Teresa, got in touch with Adelina, who is one of the volunteer workers. And she works with the low-income families and the one-room HDB flat residents. So this project is more for helping them just with whatever necessities that they require. So this coming 17th of July in 10:45, and the address here is Block 31, Loring 5 at Tuapayo. So there'll be a free lunch for the residents, and also we'll be distributing some masks for the residents, right? For the dwellers of the one-room HDB residents. And I think this is a good opportunity also to connect with Adelina, to connect with her for future projects, right? So we'll see how that firstly, we'll see how this goes on 17th of July. And then for future projects, we'll see what we can, how we can get in touch with her, collaborate, and get those projects. The next is the Gift of Sight. So Gift of Sight is a continuing project for Eclub, and it's one of our signature projects. And specifically, this one is the global grant for Bangladesh. And I'll let CP, maybe you can say a few words with regards to this.
Okay. Basically, it took a long time to get approval simply because of COVID and because basically the Rotary Foundation ran out of money. And so it took them into the new year before we got approval. We're looking at 400 cataract eyes operation, and we intended actually to do this operation sometime in March, April period. But with COVID, it was not possible. And now, given the COVID situation, we do not know when it will actually start. There will be a team of doctors coming in from Kuala Lumpur to actually go over to Bangladesh to actually do the operation, and as well as to train the doctors in terms of upgrading skills, because I think in Bangladesh, they are using hard lenses. In the case of East Malaysia, they're using soft lenses. So there's a little bit of upgrading of skills. So given the fact that we're looking at the doctors doing the training, we are looking at it over a space of 2 years. Each year will be 200 cataract eyes operation, and hopefully there'll be upgrading program that the doctors will then be able to do it. The cost in terms of this that we are actually looking at in terms of global grant is actually quite expensive, US 48,000. So it's quite a lot of money, as I said, because basically we are talking about sending the doctors from Malaysia to actually go over there. I think once they have done that, and in the future years that will come, the cost of this operation will actually go down significantly because we will not need to have the Malaysian doctors to be on site. So that's something that we are doing. We are not the sponsoring club, not an international sponsor, but we actually help to facilitate and make this happen. In this case, we actually came out with US 7,000, right? 7,000 US and 1,000 from our clubs to commit. And we're looking for somebody who from our club who is interested to match the what do you call that, the PHF for doing this particular project. So it's always open to anybody. If not, we'll take it from our club specific gift of site funds that we have available. Okay, that's basically that.
Okay, yeah, fantastic.
Okay.
UCP.
What is the next one? Because I want to talk before you go into that. Okay, go ahead. Let Chin Kau Wing explain. Chin Kau Wing.
Okay. The next item is the panel discussion. So as some of you may know, we have a panel discussion every month, and the next one upcoming is on the 21st of August, and our past president, Ching Kok Wing, he'll be the moderator. So Ching, over to you. Maybe you say a few words with regards to this.
There's one before that, but let Chin Kau Wing explain. Chin Kau Wing.
Hello.
Yes, we can
You
hear
talk
you
about
now.
your Rotary first, I think. Talk about your Rotary, which is on Friday, Saturday, and then you proceed on to the panel discussion.
All right. So I'm audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So before the 21st August panel discussion, actually I have the opportunity to address the Rotaractors. And the reason why I address the Rotaractors is because of my involvement with the Rotary Learning Institute, and I am in the process of recruiting Rotaractors to join me to become a team of trainers for digital skills to help the senior citizens. And what sort of digital skills? Very simple. How to use your phone, how to use WeChat, how to use WhatsApp, and that sort of thing. So I will be talking to the Rotaractors this Saturday, 11th July. And then the panel discussion on 21st August is also about Rotaractors. As you can see, the topic is working with Rotaractors. And you can see Henry Tan is actually the chair of District Rotaract Task Force. And then Elise Lin is actually prominent. She is both a Rotaractor and Rotarian. And she is chairing this also the elevation of the Rotaract Task Force. And then, you know, we have the Singapore District Rotary Representative Chu. So we will be talking about how to engage the Rotaractors, how Rotaractors and Rotarian can work together now that they are elevated to equal partner status. And so, yeah, that's it. Even before 21st of August, there will be another panel discussion that is on the 30th of July. I'm also involved, and Chupan Singh, is also involved. And then, you know, we have the past RI president and another Rotaractor and Rotarian from Chicago. And so the title of that panel discussion is a new partnership, Rotarians and Rotaractors. So this is going to happen, and everybody will be notified. There's going to be live streaming and from our Rotary Eclub 3310 Facebook page. So watch out for it. Back to you.
All right, so I think that covers all of the activities that are for the month of July and also upcoming after July.
The hand wash posters, is DG Dolly going to give to us, or what's that going to happen?
Yeah, so apparently this is a handover from the previous year. So IPP Teresa had handed me this, so these posters. So you know, some of you may have seen this. But it's Rotary branded, you know, poster with the Rotary
So
logo.
how are we going to distribute that? Have you thought about it?
Decide, you know, where to put it, where to distribute it. You know, where should we put them up, right? Whether it's at the wherever it is, right? Some in a community area, so that it's visible. The key thing is also because of the Rotary branding that is on the poster, so that we publicize, you know, Rotary. We need to decide, you know, as a club, you know, wherever we can get that opportunity, and maybe the project that is upcoming, maybe within I don't know if that's possible, but in Toa Payoh, right? Let's look at an opportunity to put them up somewhere, right? So there's about 50 posters which I was handed over, right? And I think that, yeah, that covers it. Is there anything else that I missed out?
No.
That's my last slide. Great.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the last. That seems to be the last.
Yeah, it is. Any other business from anybody else?
Oh, happy voting tomorrow, guys.
vote wisely. Vote wisely.
Vote wisely.
Wisely and safely, please.
Okay, we call the meeting to a close.
Yes, please, CP.
Yeah, okay, we call the meeting to a close, all right? Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for attending.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you. My first time attending E-Club.
Come back again.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guests for attending.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Isn't it her birthday today?